Welcome back to City Insider. This is a YouTube channel for news, stories, and analysis surrounding Manchester City Football Club. I will update new video every day. Like, subscribe and turn on notifications to support me. Pep sarcastically thanks Premier League as he complains about date of Man City's clash with Newcastle. Pep Guardiola is less than happy with the Premier League for the tight turnaround given to his team. The Manchester City coach lifted the Super Cup on Wednesday night, the first time the club have won the trophy. It came after a penalty shootout victory over Sevilla where Nemanja Delj hit his decisive kick at the crossbar. But City could not hang around for long at the Karaskakis Stadium in Greece, with a mega Premier League fixture coming up against Newcastle on Saturday night. Guardiola hit out at the Premier League scheduling, sarcastically saying, "Tomorrow will be even more happier than today. Recover as much as possible, not one drop of alcohol. Thank you so much to the Premier League for letting us play on Saturday and not on Sunday and Monday." City celebrated their treble last season wildly in Istanbul, including Jack Grealish, who partied across the globe in the following weeks. But Guardiola has told his players no alcohol this week with such a vital game coming up soon. Newcastle got their Premier League campaign off to a flying start with a 5-1 win over Aston Villa, a side many had tipped to go toe-to-toe with the Magpies this season. Their explosive rise in the last 2 years has shocked many, and now a Premier League title charge might even be on the cards. Man City pay £1 million to sign 14-year-old wonderkid from Leicester. Manchester City have secured the services of highly rated 14-year-old teenager Tyrese Nubisi from Leicester for a huge £1 million. The Premier League champions fought off Manchester United, Arsenal and Chelsea to secure the French midfielder. Nubisi will link up with City's under-16 side, and likely pen a professional contract once he turns 17 in 2026. The youngster announced his arrival after taking to social media, uploading a picture of him wearing a sky blue shirt. "Happy to announce that I have signed for Man City," he wrote. "Proud moment for me and my family. It is a privilege to become part of such an incredible club. Can't wait to get started." According to L'Equipe, City's focus is to draft in young stars for the future who have high potential. Aston Villa and Newcastle were other clubs interested, before City stepped in to secure his signature. Nubisi is born in Livingston, and he is eligible to play for Scotland, England, France, and Cameroon. His representatives have already been contacted by the French FA, who are hopeful he will choose France. The announcement comes after Pep Guardiola's side got their hands on yet another trophy, defeating Sevilla 5-4 on penalties in the UEFA Super Cup. Man City return to Premier League action on Saturday as they host Newcastle at the Etihad Stadium. Manchester City man stalling on exit agreement as he awaits Real Madrid transfer hijack. Manchester City man Aymeric Laporte is reportedly stalling his move to Al Nassr after City agreed to sell him, as he's waiting to see if Real Madrid will hijack the deal. Throughout the summer, Laporte's future has been up in the air. That he played just 12 times in the Premier League last season as City won their third title on the bounce suggested he'd be better served moving away from the Etihad. He looked to have slipped even further down the pecking order when Pep Guardiola made Joško Gvardiol the second most expensive defender ever. Laporte has been the subject of interest from multiple sides, both in and out of England. The latest side to register an interest were Al Nassr, the club Cristiano Ronaldo and Sadio Mane play for. City have agreed to sell Laporte to the Saudi Arabian side for an undisclosed fee, which would see him become the latest in a long line of players to make the switch to the Saudi Pro League from Europe. However, he's digging his heels for the time being. The Sun reports he is currently weighing up whether he fancies the Middle East and is stalling for another reason too, though. The report also suggests Laporte is waiting to see if Real Madrid show any interest after losing Eder Militao to a torn ACL. The Brazilian defender will miss a good chunk of the season, having had surgery on his injury. And Laporte is seemingly hopeful he can be his replacement. It's stated Real could hijack the Al Nassr move, though there's no suggestion that they are actually keen on Laporte yet. That's just a possible avenue. If so, Laporte won't be able to wait forever, so he'll be hopeful if Real do want him. Fabrizio Romano drops major Bernardo Silva update at the Etihad. According to ESPN, Silva is set to snub both Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain, while the Times claimed that fresh terms have been presented to the midfielder as the Manchester-based outfit hope to tie him down for the foreseeable future, after already losing Ilkay Gundogan and Riyad Mahrez to Barcelona and Al Ahly respectively. The English heavyweights cannot lose Silva too, and will be keen to prolong his stay at the club. At the front end of August, It was reported that he was desperate to join Barca, but it was the Spanish club's financial constraints that have hindered a deal from materializing. Meanwhile, Kylian Mbappe is pushing his club, PSG, to sign Silva, with the centre-forward keen to reunite with his former Monaco teammate. According to Manchester Evening News, concerns over Silva's future in Manchester have been raised. However, as he has not been included in the 22-man travelling squad for City's UEFA Super Cup meeting with Sevilla, per BBC Sport, on the gifted 29-year-old, the transfer specialist claimed that a fresh contract on the blue side of Manchester is now just a matter of time. Speaking exclusively to Give Me Sport, Romano said, "Yeah, I see Bernardo Silva signing a new contract at Manchester City. I said 2 weeks ago that Man City communicated in a very clear way to both PSG, because PSG spent 2 months trying to sign Bernardo Silva. And Barcelona, as they told them no way, no chance to discuss, as the player will stay here. And then they started to discuss the new contract with Bernardo. So I think this is just a matter of time." Man City submit a superior offer for Prem rival target, and deal is now at advanced stage. Manchester City have reportedly submitted a superior offer for Boca Juniors youngster Valentin Barco to Brighton's, and the deal is at an advanced stage. City have so far signed just 2 players this transfer window. They've added Croatian duo Mateo Kovacic and Josko Gvardiol into the mix. Kovacic has shown for years that he's a talented Premier League midfielder with Chelsea, and Gvardiol, now the second most expensive defender ever, should obviously be a talented asset. They are looking to add a more inexperienced player into the mix, too. It was reported recently they were keen on signing 19-year-old Barco from Boca Juniors. The youngster, who can play as a left back or left winger, is said to have a release clause of approximately £8.5 million. Brighton are also reported to be interested in him, and it's since been suggested they have lodged a bid. However, City are in a better position. City Report cites a report from a journalist stating the Manchester outfit haven't submitted an offer superior to Brighton's for Barco. It's not suggested how much City have bid, or indeed how much the previous offer from Brighton was worth. However, it's put City right in the box seat, as it said the deal is now at an advanced stage. The initial report on both sides' interest stated Barco will try to stay until the end of the Copa Libertadores. Boca are in the quarter-finals of that competition, and the final is in November. The new report states City would allow Barco to stay with Boca to play the remainder, however far they get. The latter rounds will obviously be after the transfer window closes, which would suggest City hope to make the signing soon, and would then loan Barco back. And that's the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to support me.